A man waving a gun on the subway platform here in New York City. And guess what? Not even a week after the Supreme Court struck down New York's gun permitting standards. It's all the Supreme Court's fault. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. That's what everyone will have you believe. Well, not everyone. But if you looked at media was pushing that story and was pushing that spin on that story. I saw the video, and in fact, we'll play the video. You see this video. You see this guy got the gun out on the subway platform. Now he's pointing to somebody else that's inside the train car. He's pointing the gun at them. That's a problem. You see other people are running. Like, what is this? This is not even a week after. But if you watch the coverage, if you watch the spin that the media was trying to give to this, the spin was, see, look what happened already. It's the Supreme Court's fault. This is what happens when you allow people in New York to have guns. But that's not entirely the whole story, because some other video from this event came out. When you see the other video, you see that there's somebody on the car. You see the other person that he's talking to. And when you hear the story from the other woman, in fact, when you hear the entire story, you realize we've been duped. We've been had. Of course, because that's the nature of media. And the media has been playing this game for a while now. Because if you look at what's been called a mass shooting in the past 2-3 months, it's very different than what they used to call mass shootings. Because now you will have shootouts between armed groups and they will still call it a mass shooting. These aren't targeted attacks on public areas and individuals. These are specific events between individuals that have beefs and gripes shooting at each other. And in some cases, some of the people that are shooting back are well within their rights. In some cases, these aren't just like gangs, there's groups of people. So this isn't even in the realm of criminal activity all the time. So some of these events that have happened where you've had other people shooting, sometimes you have a group of aggressors and a group of people that is defending themselves with guns. But it's still being characterized as mass shootings. Like I said, I've been watching this happening for months. And in this case, guess what happened? Guess what the truth of this situation is? Okay, let's start with the fact that from what we hear, the guy on the train is the aggressor. He started beefing with this other guy, and apparently this guy's with this lady. And dude is trying to start trouble, and so dude pulls the gun out. But guess what else dude does? Guess what's not on the video? It's not on video when the other guy, the guy holding the gun, calls the cops. The guy holding the gun calls the cops and is telling the guy on the train, don't move. Stay right there. He was basically holding him for the cops. Now you would say, wait a minute, is that legal? Because I know citizen's arrest has certain limitations, but in this case, I have to let you know of one additional detail that really just completely destroyed the narrative the media was pushing. The guy holding the gun, a retired cop. He's a retired sergeant with the NYPD. Now, it completely blows their narrative out the water. They tried though. They really tried. Because they wanted to create this narrative of, hey, look, just random New Yorkers with guns. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be the Wild Wild West. And that's not what happened at all. That is not what happened at all. The guy called the cops. The guy was a cop. Wow. This is a completely different story than the story they were trying to sell. But that's why I noticed you got to start paying attention, because they didn't just stop there. And they're not going to stop there, because when other events are happening, in fact, there was another event that happened, and automatically the spin, I'll be doing a separate story about that. But we got to pay attention. Catch the narrative. Like, ask the questions. Like, wait a minute. Are you telling us the whole story? Because it seems really self-serving, and it also seems very quick that the Supreme Court case came down on Friday, and you're saying that the Supreme Court case came down on Friday, a person applied for a gun permit. Now remember, there's a 48-hour waiting period for a handgun, period. But this person applied for the permit, got the permit, got the gun, or before a week had passed. So what you're saying is the Supreme Court struck down the law last week. The person applied for the permit, sent it in, got a response and approval from the permit. They did all the background checks and everything, and they were able to go get their gun in addition to their permit before the week was out. Like, is that the story you were really trying to go with? But that's the spin they're putting on these stories. Not even a week out, and they're trying to pretend that what we're seeing here is somehow a result of the Supreme Court's decision. No, this is stuff that's been happening before the Supreme Court made the decision. My guess is when regular people have guns, we're going to see a different attitude, a different approach to public relations from criminals. Because they're going to be, maybe I need to pump my brakes. Just a theory on my part. As always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And if you disagree, if you think, no, I live in New York, I've been to New York, they're really efficient with their paperwork, I think he could have gotten the permit that quickly. Go ahead, give me a thumbs down, and state why in the comment section you're not being honest with yourself. I'll see you next time.